There's a cartel of private companies that issues the dollar and decides how much of it is printed and when. And they use this tool to steal from you and everyone else that's in their system over time. And the reasons for this are insidious and take some unpacking, and they intentionally try to obfuscate a lot of the stuff by making it boring and convoluted.
Only one thing I want to point out right here, because this is about to come up in the lawsuit. Officer, salaried officer. His salary, I presume, is to be around $500,000 per year. There's also someone else's salary. Well, this could be a marketing team, $300,000 a year. Now, this is a small company. All right, let's get into the lawsuit. All right, so here is the cover sheet of Mr. $300 million. He is being sued. That's right. His company is being sued by Warp Speed Trading. Warp Speed Trading is a crypto trader, I believe, and they invested in this company. And here's the cover sheet. They're like, hey, we're suing his company and BTSC Holdings, which we'll get to, for more than $25,000. We're suing him for business, unfair business practice. This is not a complex case, and we want monetary action money, and this is not a class action lawsuit. And here's the complaint. This complaint was filed on Mr. $300 million on 10/12/23. Yo, if I were you, I would sub to my channel. Yep, I'll turn on notifications too. All right, peace. Now, this is a quick complaint. Warp Speed, it's a British Virgin Island company, is suing his California company. All right, you're like, Henry, I thought he had $300 million. What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on, Henry? Let me break it down for you. This complaint seeks remedies for defendant AVY, which is his Mr. $300 million man's company, repeated negligent misrepresentations made to assure Warp Speed that AVY possess the technical capabilities and resources to timely release a beta version of the Bazaar, a still unreleased video game by May 2022. All right, so if you're in business, this could be a promise or a deliverable, something along those lines. AVY made misrepresentations to induce solicited potential investors, including Warp Speed, into investing capital to facilitate the development of the Bazaar. Now, here's the thing, guys. You understand what's going on right now, right? Warp Speed invested money, gave him money to build a game, and the game is not developed. How much money did they give him? Hey, we invested $5 million and we seeking to request it to, get it out of the company and interest. So you like, hey, $300 million guy, you just got this money laying around. You got a $300 million valuation. All right. And that video that we watched is not that old. I want to say it is a year old. So we have a year ago, we had a $300 million evaluation, according to that guy. Let's keep going. Now, no. Sorry. Before we go through. Warp Speed informed and believes that AVY transferred plaintiff's investment into accounts owned by defendant BTSE Holdings, a cryptocurrency exchange. Now, what do you know about cryptocurrency exchange? I looked at my crypto today because, I got that $50,000. Like, where my crypto at? I looked at my crypto and it was like, it looked like this. It looked like that. They're like, hey, you bought when it was too high. I'm like, shit, I didn't get it when it was 60, but Jesus. All right, it's down about half. So they are struggling somewhat. Cryptocurrency is down bad. So if you have a game that's built on cryptocurrency and you're putting your money in a bank that basically trades in cryptocurrency, you likely lost the goddamn money. I said they tried to flip the money, but hey, when you believe in a product too much, it could be dangerous. It could be bad for your health. All right. Accordingly, plaintiff seeks to the immediate imposition a constructive trust in the amount sufficient to return Warp Speed the money that Warp Speed would have had it not relied on AVY's negligent misrepresentations concerning and surrounding its ability to develop a timely release of the Bazaar. Warp Speed also incurred significant, cost of attorney fees while endeavoring to recover its investment from AVY. Now, you're probably wondering, what the hell could he do to get them to give them $500 $5 million. Now, look, we don't need to go through the parties. We talked about that. The jurisdiction is fine. Everyone lives in California or does business in California. Let's go to the factual allegations. All right. Now, please pay attention to this, please, because this is actually a good story. And me being the investigator, I was following a timeline that was being presented, and I saw the writings on the wall. That shit was just not adding up. On April 6, 2018, right? $300 million, what's his name? Reynad. Is it Reynad? Reynad, a professional gamer with more than a decade's worth of competitive gaming experience, announced his intent to create the Bazaar. The Bazaar was to be a global digital collective card game, all right, that integrated features of a dynamic strategy game with non-fungible tokens, a type of cryptocurrency. Now, this is probably before CryptoZoo, I believe, or maybe around the time. I'm not sure. On May 9th, 2018, Reynad and his representative filed articles of incorporation through California's Secretary of State incorporating AVY. Basically, this is when they created the company. On information and belief that Reynad intended for AVY to serve as a parent company for his game development activities, including development of the Bazaar. This all seems fine, right? Now, remember, I told you he touched that money that was shown in his financial stuff, that was shown in his liabilities, right? In 2021, AVY initiated Series B funding campaign in effort to raise about $30 million. So he says, hey, who wants to invest? People say, hey, sounds like a great game. Here's $30 million to finalize the game. They're paying him to put out a product. You just got to believe. Yeah. You keep believing. You can't believe your bills are going to get paid, and they get paid. All right. So to facilitate this campaign, AVY created a presentation. So here's like the thing, right? The presentation that, among other things, assure potential investors of AVY's capability to launch a fully operational game to the general public by January 2023. Remember that name, 2023, January 2023. For example, the presentation assured that by May 22, these are your steps in line, your deliverables, AVY will release the beta version of Bazaar for friends and families. Oftentimes when people develop games, friends and family are the first to test them out, okay? First to test them out. While access to a larger group of gamers will be provided through closed beta in July 22. And I believe my man S Tampa has a spot on super chat. He says that's what we call fraud if you touch the assets for personal use or using it outside its true meaning. Could be deemed as embezzlement. Well, they didn't bring that up quite yet. But S Tampa is right. If I give you money to make a game and you say, hey, I'm not making a game, I'm going to go to Vegas and we're going to party with XQC and we're going to gamble with Dana White. And hey, when you ask where's the game, I'm going to say we don't got it. But family and friends, you're just giving the game to family and friends. Just to play, not personal use. Right? So that was the promise made. You know, hey, we're going to give it to family friends in May and then beta July 2022. Okay. Early access featuring a release playable on both PCs and mobile devices. So, hey, we want to create a game that everyone could play. I think the blue is a little harsh on you guys. Sorry about that. I'll correct it moving forward. The presentations. Okay. Hold on. Where we at? October 22. So you have a timeline. Like when you sign a contract with a company, you say, hey, we got this. This date, this date, this date, this date. These are deliverables. Hey, we're posted family and friends in May, beta in July, mobile and PC October, game launch January 2023. Hopefully you guys can find this, right? You following it. The representations that beta would be made by May 2022. Also a presentation that a game was in advanced stage of development. Advanced stage means damn near finished, guys. A nearly ready for publication. AVY also presented its presentation that it finished its first playable for the Bazaar earlier in 2021 and placed graphics of characters in an in-game marketplace on other slides. So guys, this is an elevator pitch. You say, hey, look, man, we got this game. We got this nice presentation. I'm going to have the family and friends out by May. We're going to close beta in July. We're going to have it on PCs and mobile by October. And we're launching in January 2023. And it's going to be great, guys. It's like we listen to the evaluation of just an idea. Just an idea. All right. AVY also emphasized that it possessed technical skills and expertise to publish the beta version by May. They're like, look, man, we got the skill, we got the developers on deck. All right. Okay, we got a 5-person leadership team. $300 million Reynad is running the building. He got his main man Aaron Krell as the COO. All these different names. We got a designer, we got a director, we got a game designer. We got a senior game designer. We got all these big names that people may know if you play Hearthstone or just into designing games. So we have the employees to deliver the game. You're like, okay, I think I'm going to invest in Henry card game. Like, Henry, you got shit going. Now we're starting to get it juicy. In a text message sent on October 9th, 2021, Reynad provided Alfred Carter, a warp speed representative, with 3 items. So you can say this is the hook, line, and sinker. A video illustrating AV's brand and history, which they just started, so you really can't have too much history. The investor presentation created in support of AV's Series B funding, and an advanced walkthrough of the game. Basically, some goddamn videos on YouTube. You're like, hey, look, check these videos out. Here's some gameplay. Here's a walkthrough of how to play the game. And here's me winning Hearthstone, okay? All this good stuff. You're like, okay, this may come out later. It's not in here, but we'll see how far this lawsuit goes. Let's keep going. On October 23rd, 2021, Reynad texts Carter, which is the company, and offered a meeting including them and the COO if Warp Speed was interested in hearing more about the timeline and logistics. Guys, when you're trying to get money, you want to you're on these people. Like, hey man, come out, check out the live stream, man. We have a good time. Hey, come to the party. Hey, watch my video. You are just on them like you're love bombing like a girlfriend. You're romancing them in hopes that they give you money to support your idea because you don't have $300 million to put out a game. All right. So he texts Carter. He's like, hey man, come on through, man. Let's talk about timeline and logistics. So October 25th, 2021 and November 18th, Reynad and Krell met with Carter to discuss recent progress and status of development of the game, right? As well as AVY's development team skills, expertise, further selling them on it. During both meetings, AVY's representatives made critical assurances that the Bazaar will be released in beta form no longer than 6 months after Warp Speed made an investment. So they're like, look, man, you give us the money, we had our shit out in 6 months. As evidence for the assurance of its 6 months beta release, Yannick and Krell cited the capability and skill set of leadership. So now, like, look, man, I've been doing this shit for a while, okay? Now, amongst other things, here we go. At the time, Reynad and the CEO presented AVY had a pre-investment valuation of nearly $200 million. 200 million. Look, hey, we just got an idea. And my man Dust says, shout out to everybody on Twitch. Salute to y'all watching on Twitch, man. All 57,000 of y'all watching on Twitch. They're like, yo, we want to hear about this Reynad shit. You know what y'all should do though? Y'all should clip this shit and put it on Reddit. Piss him off that I'm covering his lawsuit. Because people be hating like, why are you covering my lawsuit? Because someone said it was interesting that your ass, Mr. $300 million valuation, people are suing you for $5 million. All right. So they see the 200 million valuation. This is actually pivotal. This is the final straw. If someone says, hey, I got an idea that's worth $200 million. You want to buy into it? You probably going to say yes. They're going to say, look, you can get some equity. And when it go up, you may double up your investment in 2 years of us going live. You never know. So the valuation was based in parts on assurances of a beta released in May 2022. All right. The representation that it had experienced members, substantial capital. Look, how does it have substantial capital if it's asking for capital? All right. That should be sign number one. Yeah, we got so much money, man. We just need your money. You be like, yo, this shit not making sense. This math ain't mathing. If you got so much money, why you need mine? You might think about that. But all they saw probably was a return. All right. Sufficient progress on the game's development over the preceding 3 years of work to launch by this date. What company did the evaluation? I have no idea. He could have did some Zillow type math. Impressed with AVY's representations and reliance on them, Warp Speed decided to invest. So they saw the $200 million valuation based on some adept math. And then it was like, hey, we want to give you $5 million. Now, here's the thing. You don't just say we're going to give you $5 million. You sign on a dotted line, hey, we plan to give you $5 million to further develop the game of its advanced May 22 beta release. In confirmation email, Carter wrote that the $5 million investment was based on AVY's $200 million valuation. You see how it works? Not on the team, not on Reynad, just because they saw a piece of paper that said, yeah, this idea is worth $200 million. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. So on November 30th, 2021, Mr. $300 million man and his CEO entered in a financing agreement, Series B term sheet. All right. You're like, what's this? Basically asking for more money, selling more equity in the company, more stock. And according to the Series B term sheet, plaintiff agreed to $5 million. You see how it's like, look, hey, no, this is a real thing. And the support. This document further designated California courts as the appropriate place for its resolution. Now let's start talking money. Remember, May 22 is when we gonna get our beta. On December 7th, they hit them up for $1 million. Hey, we need $1 million. All right, cool. Here's $1 million. In February 2022, here's the rest of the $4 million. You're like, look, we done gave you $5 million over 3 months. That game better be dropping. You like that game better be dropping. That game better be dropping. So on February 7th, Warp Speed's informed and believes that, hey, representatives created a presentation that they intended to use to facilitate discussion with investors about corporation structure and finances. Hey, we need to talk about our corporate structure and finances, okay? And here we go. Here's the first red flag. Contrary to the assurance that Reynad and his CEO made about the company's financial stability, AVY informed plaintiff it had incurred millions of dollars in operating losses over the recent years. Could you imagine giving someone $5 million and the next time they meet with you, after you ship them $4 million, that they have a meeting and say, hey, we have some losses. They're like, yo, what the fuck? Okay, but they like, look. Let's have a meeting. We have an investor meeting. And hey, despite the increase in talent acquisition cost, AVY was committed to a 2022 launch of the Bazaar. Now, it just went from May 2022 to just a 2022 thing. And as you're an investigator, you pick up on these times changes. You like, wait. wait. Now imagine this, right? In the same month it was supposed to get released, Warp Speed informs you, who just gave them $5 million, that AVY's board of directors approved a significant compensation increase for just the COO, Mr. $300 million man, and his second in command. If I am Warp Speed and I see this, I'm like, hey, yo, what the fuck? Like, wait. You just said we're bleeding money in operating costs. Now you're about to give yourselves a fucking raise? I might be livid, but they already got the money. And you agreed to let them run this shit, right? Shout out to Eskimo. We was talking about this earlier in Henry Court. Warp Speed is informed and believes that Reynad and Krell personally approved their own respective pay increases together with the approval of AVY's 3 other directors. This is a wild allegation, but hey, there has to be a board. Now, on top of them getting a raise, right? Warp Speed is informed that 3 other members who AVY had previously touted as leaders of the Bazaar development effort departed the company. We got a raise and we lost some key members. We lost our game design director. We lost our senior game designer, and we lost another senior game designer, all in the same year. It went from July, we lost one, then September, then November. These are top people. These are people that the game needs to continue development. All right. Be like, wait. Now, if you just lose someone from marketing department, who cares? But when you start losing your game designer, now you have to hire another one. Now the shit is going to be further delayed. You like, holy shit. you looking at that 5 million, you like, you shaking, you annoyed, you anxious. You like, where's the 5 million? So this is another red flag. Now, October 2022, Reynad and Kroll announced that the Bazaar would no longer be released in any form that year. Remember, it go from May 2022 to just 2022. Now they said, hey, we're not releasing in 2022. We're committed to releasing the game in multiple phases in 2023, which is this year. Okay. As an investor, I am nervous. I am out of here. Salute to you, Dust. Thank you, man. I'm out of here. I'm donezo. You're like, what the fuck? This story is crazy, right? And people, you can't say fraud. You can't say, as much as people want to say fraud, you can't say it. Warp Speed is informed and believes that in January 2023, Reynad and Kroll announced that they had to lay off at least 25% of the staff. This is horrible. This is horrible. Like, how were you stealing my money without stealing my money? You like, what the fuck? Exactly. The game was nearly done. We're at the advanced stages. You know, we're about to drop beta months from now. This went from 6 months. We gonna be out of here. And if you think about it, that's 50% of 50%. So now you done lost roughly 75% of your goddamn staff. This is a debt math. All right. Okay. So, hey, we lost our top people. Then we had to lay people off after giving us a raise. All right. February 2023. Look at the balls of this guy. Hey, we need another 11 million. We need another 11 million. You like, yo.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
What do you mean you need another 11 million? You just laid people off. You like, shit. Oh, my, look, let's keep going. An investment presentation, they put another couple YouTube videos. The Bazaar were released in family and friends by the second quarter of 2023. Now, for you guys who don't know what the second quarter is, that's April 2023. We gonna release the family and friends version with the full game to launch in the first quarter of 2024. So they low key, you come in the door, they say, hey, I think they came in 2019 or 2018. Hey, May 2022. Game will be out. You're like, sweet, let's go. And then now they pushed it back to 2024, but you probably ain't peep it. Now, meanwhile, what happened? NFTs crashed. Them, bored ape shits, them JPEGs. People were paying like $1 million, 750, hundreds of thousands of dollars for these digital created monkeys, all this shit. CryptoZoo came and went. It's crashing, and they're asking for more money. They announced on his social media accounts that the game will be released in 2024 on August 16th, right? Unlike previous announcements, the August 16th announcement did not include a schedule on when the Bazaar launch phases and the releases such as Friends and Family or closed beta. As of the drafting of this complaint, AVY has not released Bazaar to the public in any form, beta or otherwise. I mean, because NFTs are dead, all right? Now, we really don't need to read any of this other than the parts that are highlighted. This is the first cause, which is negligent misrepresentation. They feel like they were misrepresented. All right. And they were. While Yannick and Kroll touted strength of their leadership team and their investment presentations and private conversations, they knew, in fact, that AVY lacked sufficient resources to produce beta version of its game by May 2022. This is an accusation. You mean to tell me the $300 million guy didn't know? Come on, man. You ain't know? I mean, some people say this is a con. This is a con. Like, yo, you conned us. Well, whatever. In fact, contrary to the representations, AVY had insufficient financial resources and was indeed so cash-strapped that it quickly developed plans to abandon its California headquarters, lay off numerous employees, even as it extended its top 2 executives' large pay. What happened to the days of the CEOs making $1 because they just believed in their product? It was like, no, we got investors. We need $500,000 salaries. $500,000 salaries is what I'm doing. We got a $300 million evaluation. Okay, Henry, shut up. Like, well, you don't know what you're talking about. It sounds like they yoinked the money Because here's the thing. That salary, that $500,000 salary, which I showed you, that shit's gone. AVY made misrepresentations that it would, induce Warp Speed to rely on its misrepresentation to invest in AVY's game development effort, which they did. Hey, we did that. All right. And that's how you got the $5 million out of us. They talked about the $200 million evaluation, which I'm like, which company gave them this $200 million evaluation? Okay. So they want all their money back plus interest. Second cause of action, constructive trust, plaintiff against all defendants. Because here's the thing, they're going after the BTSC because AVY put their money into BTSC. Warp Speed thus entitled to a declaration that any AVY and BTSC are involuntary trustees of the money invested by Warp Speed in AVYs, and request that the court impose a constructive trust over the money that AVY has deposited in one or more BTSC accounts in an amount sufficient to return plaintiff to the amount plaintiff would own had it not invested in AVY together with applicable interest. Now, this millionaire gamer got well over $35 million and has not delivered the game from investors. Like, if this was from regular people, it'd be a class action lawsuit. If this was like CryptoZoo, class action lawsuit. So, hey, all we want is our $5 million and a request for jury. Now, there's an interview. Where's the interview at? Give me a second. This is not it, but it's on this channel where he does a little bit of talking about
Crypto guys, which they're worth a lot.
That's not the one. It is. Give me a second. I gotta pull it up. But what do you guys think of this story? Would you invest any money in a CryptoZoo trading card game? Would you do it? Give me a second. I see my editor is messaging me like crazy. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. But let me go to the interview Q&A part 1. Sorry, Q&A part 1. Because he's about to talk about it.
I don't need to hand.
Give me a second. He's about to talk about the whole...
We were like running up.
36 minutes. He talks about running out of money. This is crazy fundraising right here. $300 million man. And he gives you the story from his voice.
Running out of the money we raised from a Series A, I needed to raise a Series B. And fundraising is like the most stressful fucking thing for me. I hate sales. I want to make the game, not pitch, And I ended up traveling the world for like 6 months, going to these different conferences and then pitching everyone. And it was just this exhausting, stressful thing. And it was like...
He spent thousands of dollars. I want to say well over $50,000 traveling the world, looking for people to invest in his game.
And I got to do this because if I don't, we run out of cash, and then I'm going to have to like ship the game in an unfinished state and all that. But we ended up raising like a really good amount of money at really, really good terms at the right time, like really just executed it well. And yeah, so I once it was done, I don't know, I think I built like bad habits to cope with the stress while that was happening. Smoking, too much weed, that kind of thing on the weekends to decompress. What's your work schedule normally?
This is the guy who's like, hey man, I got this great idea. A stoner traveling the world with a game that's undeveloped, built on the blockchain. And he got the money too. Like people was like, yeah, man, that sounds like a great idea. That was some great, you got a $200 million evaluation with zero product, zero to show for it. This is kind of like FaZe Clan being worth $1 billion and not even doing like $2 billion or $2 billion in like revenue, or having $1 billion in assets, or 500 million in assets. Just an idea. Like, hey, we're going to use gamers to promote this shit, to promote other games, and people are going to pay us for advertisement. And then like $1 billion evaluation? How? It just sold for like 16 million. But this guy was able to travel and convince people that his NFT trading card game that's not a Hearthstone ripoff is going to be the next greatest and latest thing.
Do you get enough sleep? I definitely get enough sleep now. I didn't for most of my 20s. I didn't, but it is a priority now. Like I sleep pretty well. But no, my work schedule is like a phone calls like 8 to 5 at random times, and just a lot of research, a lot of just thinking.
Thinking about how you gonna pay their goddamn money back, man. I couldn't do it. He's being sued for $5 million. I don't know when we're gonna get the response. And here, you like, Henry, how did I come across this case? Somebody sent it to me. Somebody was like, it's not good. cover this lawsuit. And I said, I looked into it, I got the court docs, and sure enough, no one's covering it. I mean, I'm not the biggest streamer, but if someone with like a bigger channel was to cover this guy's life and see like the rise, and is this a fall? Is this considered the fall of Reynad? I don't know. I mean, he was big. Guys, he was XQC before there was XQC. Now we're about to get into some good stuff. As I said, I wanted to end on a positive note. I wanted to end on some positivity. I don't think I'm done talking about this guy. We may double back because we have to follow up on this $5 million lawsuits. Okay.